Good morning, class. So, today our topic is sentences and its structures. The art of the sentence, how we can define a sentence. So, a sentence is a combination of words arranged in such an order that it is expresses a complete sense or meaning. So a sentence is what it's a combination of words. Yes, she is a girl. She is a girl. Combination of words. We are adding these, we are taking these words together, we are arranging them, and it is expressing a complete meaning to us. So that is what a sentence. A sentence is a group of words that tells a complete thought. So, a complete thought, a complete idea is being given to us. A sentence begins with a capital letter and ends with a period, that is full stop. So, when we are writing sentences, so first letter we are always writing in capital and we are ending that particular sentence with full stop. Just like she goes hiking. So, she goes for hiking. It is giving us a complete idea or a thought. So this is what a sentence, group of words coming together. A group of words that does not tell a complete thought is not a sentence. So this thing we have to keep in mind. Just like a big house, it is not a complete, it is not a sentence. It is not giving us a complete thought, right? Or sometimes these are the incomplete sentences. There are four sentence structures: simple, compound, complex, and compound complex. So, how different sentences are there and there's different structures. So, we will be studying that. First is simple sentences. A simple sentences is one independent clause. Independent clause is where the subject is there and the verb is there. Yes, subject plus verb is independent clause. And one complete thought. It has one subject and one verb. That is what simple sentence. Examples: the bell rang. So this is what bell is subject, rang is verb. One subject is there and one verb is there. So this is what simple sentence. You and I need piano lessons. So this is what simple sentence. The sky turned and jumped. So these are what one independent clause is there, and it is giving us a complete idea. It has one subject, the skier, you and I. Yes. Then jump, turned and jumped, verb. Then need piano lessons. Bell is subject. Rang is what? Verb. So this is what simple sentence where the subject is there and one verb is there. Next is compound sentences. Compound sentence is a sentence with two or more independent clauses joined by a comma and a coordinating conjunctions. Conjunctions and, but, or. So these conjunctions are what? They are just combining the two different sentences together. Just like Ram is playing, Sham is playing. So we can also write Ram and Sham are playing. So and is what? Conjunction. So compound sentence is what? When two or more independent clause where one verb and one subject and one verb is there. Independent clause are joined together with the help of comma or a conjunction. It will have two simple subjects and two simple verb. Predicates is verbs only. So now two different independent clauses are joining together. So in this compound sentence, what we are having? Two subjects and two verbs. Examples: I planned to go to the hockey game, but I couldn't get tickets. So what but is what? It is joining the two sentences. Then Dorothy likes water rafting, but she also enjoys kayaking. So two different sentences are joined together. So this is what? When two or more independent clauses are joined with the help of comma and coordinating conjunctions. Coordinating. Then It is known as compound sentences. Next is complex sentences. A complex sentence is one independent clause plus one dependent clause. Dependent clause is what? Which needs something. Dependent is like we are depending on you. Yes, आपको किसी का सहारा लेना पड़ता है. और in this case, the sentence will be incomplete and a question will arise in your mind. Each clause has its own subject and verb, but the dependent clause cannot stand alone. Like dependent clauses without meaning. The two clauses are joined by subordinating conjunctions, punctuate by putting a comma after the dependent clause if it is at the beginning of the sentence. So, if the dependent clause is at the beginning, then once it is ends, then we are putting the comma. If the clause is at the end of the sentence, do not put a comma. Like agar ending mein hai, we are not putting the comma. Just like two different examples are there with two different cases. Because Kyla has so much climbing experience, we asked her to lead our group. So if we can identify that what is a dependent clause in this sentence and which is the independent clause. If I am saying we asked her to lead our group, this particular sentence is independent, right? It is complete thought, complete idea is giving to us. We asked her to lead our group, like we asked her to become a leader. This is the meaning. And if I am saying because Kyla has so much climbing experience, so because Kyla, this is question mark is coming in our mind, then what? Yes. So the first one is what? Dependent clause, and after that we have put comma. That means that is a dependent clause, and then the independent one. So in complex sentences, one independent clause is there plus one dependent. Both the scenario is there. He stands at the bottom of the cliff while the climber moves up the rock. So he stands at the bottom of the cliff. Cliff is a mountain. He is standing at the bottom of the cliff. This is complete sentence, right? This is independent clause. While is what? Conjunction. It is combining the two, it is joining the two sentences. The climber moves up the rock. So the climber moves up the rock. This is incomplete sentence. This is dependent clause. So I hope that till here it is clear to you that what is a simple sentence where only one subject and one verb is there. Then in compound sentence, there are two or more independent clause joined by the conjunctions. In complex sentences, there are one independent clause and one dependent clause, and it is joined by the subordinating conjunctions. The last one is what? Compound complex sentence. So now compound and the complex, they are coming together and forming a sentence. A compound complex sentence is made from two independent clauses and one or more dependent clause. So in this sentence, two independent clauses are coming together, just like in compound, we are using what? Two independent clauses. And one, there can be one dependent clause or more than one. Just like, although I like to go camping, I haven't had the time to go lately and I haven't found anyone to go with. So here it is clear, I haven't had the time to go lately. This is what? Independent clause. Then I haven't found anyone to go with. This is again the independent clause. These two sentences are a complete thought. Although I like to go camping. So this is what? Dependent clause. So compound complex sentences are what? It is a combination of the two, the compound one and the complex one. So we in this we are taking two independent clauses and one or more the dependent clause. So what is the conclusion of this? Types of sentence structure are what? Simple, compound, complex, and complex, compound, complex. Then parts. In simple, we are taking one independent clause and one independent clause. That means one subject and one verb. Dependent clause, none. Yes, this is simple one. Then compound. Two or more independent clause we are using, and we are using conjunctions to join the two independent clause. In complex sentence, one or more independent clause, it can depend, and then one or more dependent clause. So here we are taking one independent clause and one dependent clause, and we are joining them with conjunction or with the help of comma. Then in compound complex sentence, we are using two or more independent clause and one or more dependent clause, and we are joining these sentences with the help of conjunctions. So I hope, class, that this is clear to you, the sentences and its different structures. Thank you, class.